Okay, as usual, that's just one to take a call. Okay, as usual, that's just one to take a call. Okay, as usual. Okay, Reiko is here. So, welcome back to this channel, guys. And while I'm preparing, okay, while I'm preparing, let's gather around, guys, because we have a new banner tonight. So it is time, as usual, we're gonna analyze this banner, see if it is actually worth pulling or not. Okay, so for those of you who watch this live stream, not on live, like, because you can watch the live stream far after the long after the stream is finished. Okay, so if you watch this after the stream, the timeline for this video is gonna be the first 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm gonna analyze theory craft based on the skills and abilities of the units and the pilots. I'm gonna talk about each and every one of them, including the development diagram and the ultimate units and also the fierce enemy assault. Okay, and then after that, the next 15 minutes, I think I think now that I say it, I think it's gonna last for an hour then. Yeah, it's a banner, development diagram, and fierce enemy assault and ultimate units. Yeah, it's gonna last for an hour then. But after that, the next one, we gonna go and do it in practice, okay? Because my brother already pulled everything to maximum limit break, so we're gonna use the units and we're gonna see them in action. Okay, so there we go. Or maybe I'm gonna do it after the banner. Yeah, we're gonna analyze the banner first, and then I'm gonna do it in practice, and then only then we're gonna go to the development diagram and then the ultimate units. We will see how it goes. Okay, we will see. But is the music too loud? I think the music is okay, right? Tell me if the music is too loud, okay? And hi, somebody, welcome to the stream. Hi, Vivi, how are you doing? Hi, Frost, welcome to the stream. Hello, everyone. Hi, Belizarius, welcome to the stream. Okay, so we gonna talk about the double X first. Gundam double X. And look at this, show maximum upgrade. Attack goes up to 13,400 at maximum limit break. Okay, terrain capability is already looking really great. He can be used in atmospheric. Okay, that means that you can use him in every single map. And then after that, ability is attack by 15%, maximum HP by 10%, and when supercharged or higher, increase movement by 1. And he has a default 5 movement. That means that he's gonna get 6 movement, which is great because he is also a range unit. Okay, although I can already see in here his EX weapon only has 4 range, so that sucks. Okay, but it's great. You know, like just like the Zeta Gundam, because this is a limited time units, okay? So, and the pilot, so they are comparable to Zeta Gundam and Camille. So previously this afternoon I was talking about it in my Discord channel. You can categorize units and pilots into 4 different categories, you know, like, because we have if you see here, you know, let me go and reset this. We have units like Amuro, Shara's Noble, and then after that the Kiraya Mete, and then Suleta Mercury. They have double chance step, okay? And if a pilot has double chance step, that means that their ability on the EX character ability, which is the affinity tag, they're not gonna get the increase damage dealt. final damage increase. Okay, they're not gonna get the final damage increase. So that means that they can be used to pilot anything. Like you only lose the reduced damage taken. But that means that you're not gonna deal high damage if you match the tech, like if you pilot your actual unit, you're not gonna get a bonus damage, okay? And then after that, we also have a pilot that is like Camille, okay? Camille, and then Haman, and then after that, Mikhail, those pilots doesn't have double chance step, okay? And if they don't have double chance step, that means that the EX character ability, which is the affinity tag, they have increased damage dealt to enemies by 15%. So if you match their tag, if you put them on the proper unit, they will deal higher damage. Look at this. Zion, increase damage dealt to enemies by 15%, and even get increased MP by 6. Okay, and same thing with Haman. This is the single chance step version of Shara's novel. When you put it in Neo Zion, increase damage dealt to the enemy by 15%. Okay, so now you have two categories. Okay, those who has double chance step and those who doesn't have double chance step, which is a single chance step. And we are talking about attacker. We are only talking about attacker in here. Okay, so not to get you confused, because we are going to talk about Garrots soon enough. Okay, so among these pilot, so we have Amuro and Char, okay? Char is a non-limited pilot and Amuro is a limited pilot, okay? So their difference gonna be in here on the increased damage dealt, because every single attacker pilot has increased damage dealt on the top here, on their very first ability. And for Amuro, it has damage dealt by 20%, while for Char, it has damage dealt by 15%. This is the difference between limited pilot and non-limited pilot. Okay, every single one has the same. So like Mikhail is a non-limited pilot, so he has damage dealt by 15%. But because Camille is a limited pilot, so Camille has increased damage dealt by 20%. Okay, they always have one level higher, including the second ability. Okay, but the second ability, everybody has different abilities, on the second ability. So the level not necessarily always gonna be 4 and 5, because just like in this one, this is cyber new type, so it goes only up to 3. So yeah. We are comparing the first ability and the third ability only. Okay, the rest have different depending on the pilot. You can check whether they are better or not. Just like this one, it increased awaken and reaction, so it increased 2 stats, while for this one, it increased only 1 stats. Okay, so definitely the second ability of Camille is so much better. Okay, because it increased 2 stats. Now that means that if you see like same thing for Haman here, it gets damage dealt by 20%. This is a limited pilot, so that means that you can categorize pilot based on limited and non-limited, and then after that based on double chance step and single chance step. So a single chance step non-limited unit will always deal higher damage if you put them in the proper unit compared to a non-limited double chance step pilot. And same thing, the limited single target, a single chance step pilot will always deal higher damage if you put them in a proper unit compared to a limited double chance step pilot. Okay, so that means that Garrot Ran here is the very first pilot with range stats who is a single chance step limited pilot. So that means that so far, if you do want to deal range damage, your option's gonna be either Gato attacker or you have Zero Amada for the range stats. Okay, I was hoping for Suleta Mercury to also have a range stats, but apparently they make Suleta Mercury to be an awaken. So that means that this is gonna be your very first range limited attacker pilot. Okay. With a single chance step. So if you put him on a proper unit, he gets the increased damage dealt to enemy by 15% and also increased MP by 6. So this is gonna be your strongest range limited pilot. Okay, and although you can only use the units on these stacks, but we already have a really good units among these units. Okay, among these units we have the Belphegor. This is insanely strong. Okay, I'm gonna talk about him later. And then you also have G Falcon DX, and then you also have the Gundam Leopard Destroy, and you also have the Virzago Chest Break, and then the Patulia. Like, the flash system actually contains a lot of strong units, so you can use among those options, and that is the advantage of the Garrett rank. But we're gonna go back to the Double X. So this one, if you want to compare him, you compare him with someone like Kubeli or Camille, because this is within the category of limited time pilots and single chance step. Okay, so if you compare him with those units, like, this is comparable. This is just like a Zeta Gundam because of the 4-range EX weapon. Okay, Kubeli has an advantage because of a 5-range weapon, but Camille is similar to this one. So this one has a map weapon. Okay, so the Double X, you can think about him as kind of like in a category of Camille and Zeta, but he still has lower attack compared to the Zeta, so he doesn't power creep the Zeta. Although the map weapon is quite okay, this is the unique thing about the Double X, because the map weapon based on other Gundam games is always like this. He shoot left and right, leaving the middle empty. Okay, and I was hoping for the power to be higher than this, but the power is only 4,800. Okay, so at the very least, like, this is just like a standard map weapon. Okay, so the Double X looks mid, also high. My first roll only got support. I think I will get C. Okay, it's up to you. So the weapon power is also 6,840. It's quite normal. Like, the Zeta Gundam still deal higher damage because his power is 7,000, and the further you are from an enemy, greater power weapon power increase, but you only have up until 4 range. And it goes up to 20% because this is the limited weapon effect, okay, limited unit weapon effect. So for limited unit, it goes up to 20%. For a non-limited, it goes up only to 17%. Okay, so you will know, like, you can categorize them. They will always come out the same. Okay, so most of the time, if you use this unit in PvP, you're gonna be using this one. Okay, range 5, power 5,760. So just like the Zeta Gundam, you will have a chance to miss, just like the High New Gundam. Oh yeah, High New Gundam also similar in terms of the unit. Okay, but the pilot is a double chance step pilot, so you can consider this just like a High New Gundam. Okay, this is exactly the same as a High New Gundam. So the unit itself is so-so, nothing really special about the unit. What makes this unit special is because of the pilot. Garrett Ran has the highest range stats right now among the range stats pilot, if you don't count Daryl while riding the Psychozaku, because while riding the Psychozaku, Daryl gets a 30% range stats boost, which makes him go up to 900 something range stats, which is very, very high. Like, it's comparable to Camille 970 awaken stats, but you need to be piloting a Psychozaku on that one. So he is the highest range stats in the game, excluding that Daryl. Okay, so that is the advantage of this Garrett Ran, insanely strong. And the thing about range stats is that aside from a Psychomu machine or a new tech machine or UC series, there are not many units that uses awaken stats. So if you are a free-to-play players and you use a lot of SSR units, most likely you're gonna use ranged weapon. Almost all the time you're gonna be using ranged weapon. So if you have this pilot, you will be sure that you gonna deal maximum damage on that unit, because of your range stats. And also almost like 90% of the map weapon unit in this game uses range stats. So he really specializes in dealing map weapon damage, okay? Especially when he has this very special skill, which makes him able to, if you press this skill, like you can use this skill in game, press this, and then the next cast of your map weapon is not going to use any energy or even the ammo. Okay, it's a free cast of your map weapon attack. So on the next turn you can still use that map weapon again. Okay, if it only has one ammo. If it has more than one ammo, just imagine that you are basically, when you click this, you increase your ammo by one. Okay, and use it free on that exact turn. And also you can increase your boost, your range, and also increase your range stats by 25%, which is great to further increase your damage on ranged weapon. Okay, so that is the strength of the Double X and Garrett. Okay, it's really good for how to say, like a pilot that you can use in any unit. You will lose this EX character ability bonus, okay? But even without this, he has the highest range stats in the game. You know, like if you use kind of like a 760 range stats SSR pilot with affinity tech, it's better to just use this Garrett with range 871 stats, because he has this increase own damage dealt by 20%. This is what separates him with other pilot that doesn't have that. Like for example, if you go to here, and I'm gonna show you Shagia Frost. Okay, this is one of the SR pilot whom, if you SP convert, he will have 836 range stats. Okay, 836. And if you go here, if you use him to pilot this unit, then you increase damage dealt to enemies by 10%. But this is also a tech that you will hardly ever gonna use, because it's very limited to the unit that you can use in here. So if you, for example, you use him to pilot something like aerial rebuild, who uses range stats, then you're not gonna use this. Okay, so we're gonna ignore this one. So the difference between him and Garrett is on this one. Increase own damage dealt by 15%, while Garrett increase own damage dealt by 20%. Okay, that 5% difference is huge. So if you have Garrett, you can be sure that you should never SP convert a ranged pilot anymore, because you can just use him to pilot any unit, and you can be sure that he gonna deal more damage than than just all those SSR pilot. Okay, so I think, see, even though he ain't limited, he's a decent range UR. Yeah. See, it's great. I also recommend people to pull C Gundam. Okay. Problem is Double X doesn't do enough damage and doesn't have chance step. Doesn't do enough damage. I think it's because you only have him at 0 limit break. Okay. Like I'm gonna show you his damage later on. Okay. Well, DX is a ranged map attacker. What if we apply map first and then skill? You cannot, because after you use map, you will lose your movement. Like you cannot move anymore. So there is no way you can use the map weapon first and then use your skill. Okay, so that's easy to answer. So that is the Double X and Garrett. Okay, kind of like very strong, but kind of like somehow optional a little bit, you know. So it really comes down to preference. Okay, if you want a pilot that can make full use of a map weapon unit, then this is the guy. Okay, but it's not something that you will die if you don't have him. Okay. Like in terms of versatility, pilot like Amuro, Suleta, Sinasuka, Shiara Snubble, because they have a double chance step, they are more versatile than this kind of pilot, you know. Like even like for myself, like I do have Camille, but the way I use Camille is only if I really need to deal this one huge damage. If not, I will die. Then yeah, I will use Camille. Okay, so in that kind of situation where I will use Garrett also Okay, if I don't kill the entire enemy lineup with this map weapon, then I will die. Yeah, that kind of situation. So I'm gonna showcase to you later the double X, but we're gonna go to the Virsago first. Okay, this is a support unit, and straight away looking at the terrain capability, same thing with the double X. He can be used in any map, so that is great. Ability, he has mobility by 15%, so he's gonna be really fast. Okay, be careful not to be too fast, because in Master League being too fast is always bad. Okay, you're gonna suicide and kill yourself. So mobility, attack, and restore on EN 10% at the start of every turn. Okay, so not really something that is insanely good, but it is above average. Okay, so he also has a map weapon, increased damage taken from special weapons up 25%. This is level 4 debuff, so quite good. Okay, the map weapon is also huge. This is a 3-line straight map weapon, and also have 2 ammo, so really great map weapon. And then the best thing about this unit is the 5-range beam debuff. So I've been talking about how we never have a 5-range beam debuffer, and the Beguiler Pente was the first one to be to have this ability, this weapon. Now we have the Virsago. So if you want to debuff your enemy and still able to hit them in PvP in any position, then this is going to be insanely good unit. Oh yeah, I also forgot the tech. Okay, so the thing that prevents Gundam Virsago to be insanely good is the tech. I forgot to talk about the tech in the Gundam XX. We're gonna go back later. So the tech is the limiting factor of the Gundam Virsago, because he can only be used in specialized unit, rival, and unstoppable team. So you cannot use him in one-shot killer, ace unit, or new time machine, or any of the currently really good tech, because of the limited supportership. Okay. So until we have a limited supportership that has all these stacks, then finally you will be able to use this guy in its maximum power. But right now, among these stacks, the one that is closest to being perfect is the unstoppable tech, because the unstoppable tech contains some of the really good units too. In here we have the Astaroth, and then we have the God Gundam, we have the Unicorn, and it's just lacking the it also has GP03, and then there's F91. It's kind of like lacking the debuff. Like, actually no, with the coming of the Virsago, we actually have everything. Yeah. Previously he doesn't have, this tech doesn't have a beam debuffer, but with the coming of Virsago, finally you can have every single debuff in the unstoppable tech. We have the physical damage taken debuff on the Phoenix and the Astaroth, and then the Unicorn and Lesion for the defense down. We have the beam in the Virsago. Yeah, we only lacking the special weapon damage taken up debuff, but that one is very exclusive. Only New Gundam and Psycho Zaku has it so far. So yeah, this is a really good addition. Okay, and then going into, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to the double X first. The tech on the double X is a one-shot killer and ace unit, which is perfect. Like, 2 of the techs that contains all of the good units in it. So you can add this double X into one of the one-shot killer and ace unit, and he's a really good addition. But then again, if you already have Strike Freedom, you already have Caliban, you already have something else, you know, it is optional. I mean, like, you don't really bring so many attacker units in the same team unless you are a whale. Most of the time I would recommend you to bring support units and only one attacker in a single lineup. Okay, unless you are a whale, of course. Like, if you are a whale, you can just bring 4 attackers and still win. Because I just put all the double chance step unit and pilot in the same team and watch them killing everything. Okay, but in the ace unit team, like this one, if you are missing the strike freedom, because this is the only range and the C Gundam, okay, the only range in this team. So if you don't have the Strike Freedom and the C Gundam, so the Double X can be a really good addition in the Ace unit team, okay? Well, because they are the Strike Freedom is limited if you didn't manage to get him in the previous banner. The C Gundam, the banner is not that popular, so I reckon not a lot of players have C Gundam either. So the rest are melee, mostly melee. Yeah. So the Ace unit, he's a really good addition in the Ace unit. But in the one-shot killer, we have a lot of range attacker in the one-shot killer. We have the Sazabi, we have the Strike Freedom, we have the Caliban, okay? So yeah, a lot of options that I think some of you already have them. And especially when the Sazabi is a non-limited unit, so you can always just pull him anytime. So yeah. That's where the tech plays a really important part. Okay, so does any Gundam X pilot has MP up? I don't think so. I think none of them has MP up. Yeah, just keep blazing that tedious triple chance step of yours. Just so you know, double chance step pilot was always stronger, yet dealt a ton of more damage than triple chance step pilot. Ha! Do we have a triple chance step pilot? Yeah. I mean, you mean a single chance step. I mean, you attack once and then get a chance step. Yeah, the double chance step you're talking about is probably a single chance step. That's what you mean. Yeah. Hello, this DX map attack is insane. In terms of damage, it's not as high as a GP02A, but the size is what makes it interesting. Okay, because it can hit 2 straight lines, so it's very easy to hit enemies. You know, you don't need them to group up together. You can just position yourself in a straight line and just do that map weapon. Okay, and I had it in mind for the next round. Will it add +1 ammo for will the skill just burn out? If you check the description in here, okay, can be used once without consuming EN or map weapons remaining ammo once per battle, and I think it will last on the next turn, okay, until you use your map weapon, hopefully, okay, but that is something that we need to test later. But then again, you know, that means that you're gonna click that skill, use other weapon, and then skip to the next turn, okay? Because if you click that, if you use map weapon first, you cannot click skill anymore, okay? So there is no way you can use map weapon first and then click the skill, okay? It's the same as just clicking the skill on the next turn. Okay, now comes the Sagia Frost here, okay? This pilot is so-so. I mean, like, in terms of a support pilot, he actually has quite a high range stats, okay? Ooh, thanks for the subscribe, Kenjiro. See, this is the real subscribe, okay? Yesterday, the screen never shows up. Welcome to the stream. So, range stats, we have 795, almost 800. So, you can pretty sure you can use him to pilot any range unit, which is the same thing like Garrett, you know, like a lot of SSR units uses range stats, and a lot of weapons, if you don't use EX weapon, they are using range stats. So range stats are really a big deal now, you know. But on top of that, you also have quite a high melee stats, which is, I'm gonna talk about it later, because this guy can pilot the Belphegor. Okay, this one is a melee. You can use range and melee stats on this one, but the melee also is quite good. So yeah, using him on this one, you can use the melee stats. So he is also an offensive support attacker, which increases attack by 20% when using support attack. So really great pilot, you know. And like I said, the support pilot is more of a priority over an attacker pilot, because most of the time you gonna need them more instead of the attacker. You know, attacking 3 times in a single turn is so much better compared to just dealing high damage once. Okay, so with these 795 range stats compared to Garrett, Garrett has 871, so he attacked twice with 871. So you can just imagine, like, he deals 1,700 damage. Okay, just multiply this range stat by twice, and compared to Sagia multiplying this range stat by 3. Okay, so this is 2,100 worth of range stats in damage, compared to 1,700 worth of damage in the on the Garrett's damage. Okay, so in practice, if you fight a longer game, like if you don't need to deal high damage all in once, then Sagia in terms of total damage will deal higher damage than Garrett. That's why this banner has two of a really good pilot. The pilots are the ones that you actually want from this banner. Okay, and in terms of skills, the save EN is bad, but the range boost and sway is quite okay. Sway is really good to be used in many situations. Okay, including in PvP. You have seen me a lot of times how I'm frustrated because of the Kirayamete sway. So this is great. Okay, and then the supporter Jamil, this one is the same as Atramixa. If you pilot a Freedom, you will get a boost the same as a limited supporter. So if you manage to get this guy, you can build a team of Freedom units. Okay, although it is very limiting because these are the only options you can choose from. So yeah, not really something that you must have. Like, it's gonna be really hard to build a team, a working team using this. Although I mentioned that all of the units are great, but it's not balanced. Okay, you are going to lag in terms of debuffer because none of them are debuffer. Okay, you don't have a level 6 debuff in this team. They are all either damage or tank. Okay. Now comes with this banner also all these new SSR units and pilots. Okay, the units is not that great. Like this is a support unit, so as always it doesn't have a level 6 debuff, so not something that you actually want. It has a map weapon, special weapon damage that cannot debuff, but that's it. And then the pilot, this is a ranged pilot with a double support attack when piloting Afterworld Gundam X, attack 15%. This is an offensive support attacker, so this is great for if you do need a double support attack. It also has a character skill increase range and attack burst. So yeah, if you plan to use the double X team like Gundam X series unit, then this is gonna be your double support attacker. Then the G Falcon Leopard, this one also not really that great because the Red Leopard, the one we get from the development diagram, is actually much stronger than this one. Okay, because the ability only increase attack one ability increasing attack, while that Leopard has two abilities that increase his attack. So yeah, that Red Leopard is much better. It has a map weapon like this, and in SSP he will get range 5 weapon, but so not really something that is great. So the pilot, on the other hand, same thing like this guy with this one is an attacker, double chance step attacker for the Gundam X series. So you can see here it's a double chance step attacker. So yeah, if you do need a double chance step attacker, an extra double chance step attacker, then this is your guy. Because you can always just replace him with something like Amuro or Char, but I think they don't have as high range stats as this guy. But then again, if you do want to get the double chance step, you need to pilot a Gundam X series, which is very limiting to just get that much bonus. It's better to just use your Amuro or Char. Yes, Char. I'm gonna talk about Char because not everyone has Hamuro. So this one increase max HP by 10% when the enemy attacks with beam weapons, reduce damage taken, mobility. So this has a preemptive strike, but just ignore this because it has only 1 or 2 range, which you will never ever be able to use. So just count on this one. This is mobility down. So yeah, this is a so-so tank. The Gundam Double X from the development diagram is still better than this guy. Okay, and the text also sucks. Okay, so that is not something that you want. This one has been around for so long, not really good for anything, so just ignore that. The pilot, on the other hand, Enil L, is kind of a nice one, okay? While this one is a double chance type attacker, this is a single chance type attacker. So you can already know in terms of range stats, he also has quite high range stats. So really great for that stepping stone before you get to the UR pilot. This one is the supporter for Afterward Gundam X. This one is the Leopard for underwater type. Okay, but then again, you can always just use a flying unit to go to underwater battle. This one, the advantage of this guy is that usually if you use a beam weapon underwater, you will have the wording here, usage restriction, damage is half underwater. Damage is half underwater, so this unit doesn't have that. So if you go to underwater battle, you can be sure that he's gonna deal full damage. Okay, that's the advantage of this unit. But always, it's very rare to see an underwater battle, so don't don't take him for that sole reason. Okay, so that is the analysis on these units. Now I'm gonna go to my brother's account. I'm gonna show you how they work, but meanwhile we're gonna go to his YouTube channel. I'm gonna show you the strength of the Double X and Virsago, because you are doubting their strength. Some of you are doubting their strength. Okay, so we're gonna go to his channel. Let me see. Where is it? Okay, this one. All right. So this is his video. We're just gonna watch this together. Okay. And I'm gonna mute the volume, okay? Because he uses the music in his battle, and that is bad for copyright. Okay. While waiting, I'm gonna open up his account because I'm gonna need to download first. Okay. So let's just watch. I had the update. They removed Strike Freedom's badass background music during battle, also for Destiny. Yeah, because the event is no more. Almost all the free SS are require max nature or higher, and you are telling me nobody has MP up. Yeah, nobody has MP up. So great, make up your mind. What do you think to the Double X compared to Caliban and Strike Freedom one shot killer? Reviews seem upset. It's only 4 range EX. The unit itself is not better than the Caliban and Strike Freedom. Okay, so yeah, that's the disadvantage of the Double X. What you want from this banner is just the pilot. Okay, but you can watch here. Look at this video. Okay, this is the strength of the Double X together with the Virsago. Already got the UR Double X and Virsago earlier today from first and third pools. Ooh, nice. Okay, so look at that. That is the full animation of the Double X EX weapon. 187,000 damage. Okay, to a tank. Okay. And remember that number, okay? This is going to be very important. Remember that number. Okay, because he gonna use his map weapon. Look at that. So you cast the skill, okay? It says 0 ammo, 0 EN, okay? Like this is the skill. Okay, cast it. And then on the weapon, you can see that it says free here. Okay, so you have 0 energy here, but I don't know, like it applies for all of his attack. Okay, so we're gonna try this later by ourselves. Okay, and it says here it's free, so the map weapon doesn't require any ammo. Okay, so look at this, Hakablam. Jujuju. So how much the damage just now? Yeah, tada. Ta-da! Look at that. So yeah, almost the same damage as his EX weapon. Like what the hell? Okay, so that's the damage of his map weapon. Okay, this is MLB XX Gundam. Okay. That's why I mentioned the number is important. You need to remember the number first, okay? Because I'm also surprised that the map weapon actually deals as much damage as the EX weapon. Although, I think it's because he hits the enemy at very, very close range. So the EX weapon only get a damage boost when he is further away from the enemy. So he doesn't actually get the weapon effect from his EX weapon. So, yeah. Just add 20% more from the number that you see, the 180,000 damage there. So yeah, still the AX weapon should have dealt higher damage if you are further away, but now you can already imagine like how much damage he actually deal. Okay. Hello baby, hi, welcome to the stream. So yeah, this is expert Eternal road for the Gundam XX. He already cleared it with only 2 units of MLB XX and MLB Virsago. So you can watch his strategy here. Like it's not a spoiler because I bet nobody can do this aside from him. Like he has MLB freedom. And that's what makes this possible, okay? With only 2 units. He has MLB XX, MLB Virsago, MLB freedom. No, I don't think it's MLB freedom. I think I forgot just now. What was? We will check the freedom later on. Okay, I don't want to interrupt the battle right now. You can already see how good is the map weapon. Okay, like he purposely put the Virsago and the XX there so that all of the enemy who gonna come and aim for him, like the less units you have, the more predictable the enemy movement gonna be. Like because all of your units are in the middle there, so the enemy are going to go to the middle. They are going to line up, okay, just to reach you. So you can already guess what's gonna happen if they are lining up. Look at that. They are lining up just to be able to taste the Virsago. Okay. Look at that. So you can already guess what's gonna happen next. Okay, we have another map weapon because we already used the skill. So look at that, it's a freaking straight line. Yeah. The ships are the hardest stuff to get. I rarely get them. I ain't going to pay an arm and a leg for them. Yes. So, and the ship is also not that great because you can only use him for freedom team. So it's very limiting. You're definitely not gonna be able to make a good team out of the freedom tech because there are no other ultimate and UR units in there. So you definitely are going to be lacking in terms of the buffer. Okay. We only have so far 2 1. Yeah. Even the Virsago is not included in the freedom. Okay. So look at this. Hakablam. Jeng jeng. Yeah. So yeah, that's the strength of the double X map weapon. Okay, I think it's not more of the strength, but it's more of the convenience of use. It's a straight line map weapon, so it's very easy for you to aim it to your enemy. Okay, the AOE is huge. That's the highest advantage, the biggest advantage of the double X map weapon. Almost the same in every single other Gundam games. Okay, his advantage is the straight line, very long map weapon. Okay, so yeah, jeng, battle clear. The XEX attack animation is cool, longer and better than what they showed in the video. Yeah, it's always the case, you know. Like the video is never showing you the full animation. Just like the Barbatos, the Destiny, the God Gundam, they don't show you the full animation. Always. Okay? Nothing changes for the past 1 year. We almost have this game for 1 year. Okay? So yeah, we're gonna go back here and check the Freedom. Is his Freedom MLB or not? Oh no, it's a LB0 Freedom. Okay? So you can do the same thing if you have both MLB double X and also MLB Virsago. This is a strategy that pay-to-win players use. As long as you have the Freedom, okay? So, although you can actually replace the Freedom with another boost, okay? Probably the same, because only the double X get boosted to how much? I forgot, like 30%. So it's gonna be the same if you do have like Lacus MLB, like your DX gonna deal so much damage, the Virsago not so much, so you just gotta have to adjust a little bit in there. Okay, so that is the strength of the double X. Okay, anyway, I forgot to download on my other LD player. Dang it. So I'm gonna maybe talk about the development diagram first. Should I? So after all the analysis will be pull for us to see. Not gonna spoil it. Just got here. The XEX is good. I see 6x5 map attack. 6x5. No, it's 6x4. Let me see. I think it's 6x4. I think. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6x4. We'll say it's good. Just gotta get used to the middle line not hitting. Yeah, it's very easy to get used to that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I need to download 254 megabyte first. Open this to here. Ta-da! So it's quite fast. So just wait a little bit. We're gonna use it ourselves, okay? So we can try the double X for real. Let's go. I'm gonna retire. -1 in center. I'm just farming the fierce enemy right now. Yeah. While farming the fierce enemy, just watch this, okay? So, ta-da-da-da-da. Where is it? Oh yeah, I'm sorting by CP. Let's sort by rarity. Okay. And where is the double X? Ta-da! Hey. Yeah, he already upgraded him to max, including the modification attack 12%. Then the Virsago only at level 3. Yeah, too bad, because the debuff is not maximized. It's a level 5 debuff then. And modification with this one, attack by 8%. Okay. So, yeah, this is his stats. Okay. So we're gonna go to the stage 1. Okay, comparing the damage. Okay, we're gonna compare his damage. Ta-da! Let's go to this unit, the weakest unit in the game. And we're gonna reset this, remove the supporter, and then we're gonna put who should we compare? Oh yeah, I need to sort this based on rarity too. Okay, so who should we compare? I'm gonna probably compare the God Gundam. You know, like it's our benchmark of highest damage possible in this game. And then after that, I'm gonna put the Double X. Oh yeah, you say Caliban, right? You want to compare him with Strike Freedom and Caliban. Yeah. It's easier to get to your idea of whose damage is higher if you have the unit. Okay, so where is the Double X? Where are you? Oh, he's here. Okay, there. And then I'm gonna also compare him with GP02A. Tada. Okay, so let's put the actual pilot. Let's see. I'm gonna put this one also. I'm gonna sort by rarity. Let's put Kirayamete Kudasai. There we go. And then Suleta. And then Garrett. And then Sagia. And then Gato. Okay. Do check out the Fierce Enemy unit if you haven't. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out later. We're gonna do it one by one. So because we only analyzed the banner, I'm gonna do the Double X and Virsago comparison first, okay? So let's sort this. And we're gonna check their damage, okay? Freedom and Double X, since you mentioned about having them already earlier. Yeah, this one, Strike Freedom. Okay. Virsago versus Freedom, please. You mean Freedom or Strike Freedom? Just the normal Freedom, you mean? Okay. So I'm gonna compare him with Freedom later. I'm gonna compare the Double X damage with Strike Freedom and Caliban first, okay? So if that's the case. Oh, do everything all at once. Patient is for loser. Garrett and Shaggy got good attack stats. Yeah. The normal Freedom VP. Okay. We're gonna compare him with the normal Freedom later, okay? But first, we're gonna compare the Double X with the Strike Freedom, okay? So this is Strike Freedom. His weapon requires him to be further away. So this is the farthest. Our damage is 210,000 without any skill, without anything, okay? Without any supercharge at all. 210,000 damage, okay? And then this is the Caliban. We're gonna attack from this one, the higher your remaining HP. So Caliban is 226,000. This is why the Caliban is a power creep of a Strike Freedom, okay? They almost identical in terms of attacks and then weapons, everything, you know, and pilots also. So this is 226,000 damage, okay? So the moment of truth, this is the Gundam Double X. Tada! 257,000. Okay, so this is the strength of the pilot. Okay, like I said just now, I already analyzed for you. A single chance step pilot will get an advantage of this increased damage dealt to the enemy by 15%. Okay, so he will always gonna deal higher damage than a double chance step unit. Okay, so this is 257,000. While we are at here, we're gonna also compare the Gato here. Okay, this one is 99,000. Okay, Gato only deal 99,000 on his EX weapon, and then the Virsago, because this is a support unit. Okay, so that is expected. This is the Virsago, 96,000. Okay, so Virsago deal lower damage than the this one. Also mostly is because this is an attacker Anavel Gato. So yeah, we're gonna bring the support Anavel Gato later. Damn, thanks are here, sir. Make DX supercharge is good. How much damage is the nuke though? Yeah, we're gonna compare it later. So, we're gonna do it one by one first. I'm gonna replace this Strike Freedom and Caliban with the one that is actually in the same category as the double X, which is the Zeta. Okay, the Zeta and also the limited attacker. Who is the limited attacker? Like the God Gundam, okay? Like a limited single attacker. This is why the God Gundam deals insanely high damage, because Domon is a single chance step pilot. Okay, he gets the affinity tech bonus. Look at this. He also get this. Tada! Increase damage dealt to the enemy by 15%. So that is why he deals insane amount of damage. But we are comparing with a range pilot. So this one, I'm gonna remove this one first. Okay, we will compare because this is melee. We're also gonna bring the Destiny. Okay, the Destiny Gundam. And also probably a Qubili. So Destiny, we already know the comparison of God Gundam Destiny and the Barbatus, right? So I'm not gonna bring the Barbatus anymore, but I'm gonna bring the Qubili. Okay, the Qubili is a limited attacker, but her kit is much limiting because she needs to fight against a Psychomu to be strong. Okay, so there is Sin, and there is this. Haman. Okay, so let's sortie. It doesn't gotta have 10% extra damage due to his skill. By that I mean because he starts with 6 MP when riding the double X. Oh yeah, that's also because the MP 6. So that's why we are going to compare him with a pilot in a similar situation. Okay, like the God Gundam. So this is the Zeta. So Zeta 301,000. Okay, 301,000. And then the double X. Yeah, 257,000. Yeah, he gets a damage increase by 10%. And then this one is the Qubili 220,000. Yeah, Qubili 220,000. 28,000. So the Zeta still deal the highest damage among the single chance step limited attacker. Now this is the Destiny, 212,000. Okay, but we all know the strength of the Destiny comes on the second turn. So this is God Gundam, 303,000. 301,000. So yeah, Zeta is still insanely strong. Okay, so yeah, we gonna probably buff them up. So let's go back to the Strike Freedom and the Caliban again, but now we gonna buff them up with the Love Zaku and then the Love Zaku and Lacus. Let's go. So you all know where he is sitting. So he's still not as good as the Zeta. Okay. But this is just for your own benefit, because like I said, they are in a totally different category, but because you all have Strike Freedom and Caliban, so just so you know, like the damage comparison. But it's gonna be in a different category because they are a double chance step pilot and unit, while this one is a single chance step pilot and unit. So we're gonna go to the live concert version. This one with Lacus. Okay, And the positioning, I think the one that gets the buff is 1, 4, and 5, right? 1, 4, and 5. So I don't know if she gonna hit the same place or not. But we will see. I'm gonna put her in here though. Wait. Does she increase? Increase MP by 3. And how about you? Increase MP by 5. Yeah. And the skill is increase MP by 5. Yeah, it's the same. So let's just sort this. Let's see. God Gundam need to be near. Why show the weakest damage at furthest range? Oh yeah, I forgot. God Gundam needs to be near. But he already deal higher damage than the Zeta, so I don't need to prove anything. Like God Gundam still is the highest damage dealer in this game. Now I wonder if he has a stutter. Within 3 won't hit. Within 3. Yeah. I'm trying to see first, like where is her map weapon gonna hit? If I put her in here, that means that it's one square lower. This, there. Yes, she needs to be in here. Only then will she be able to hit this and this. You know what? Why bother using the worst unit possible? Let's just give Lacus a meteor. Much easier. Why do I care about the Love Zaku? You know, this is why I hate the Love Zaku. You know, let's just use the meteor. It's much better. What is a meteor? Okay. Rearrange, put her in the front. Okay. It's gonna hit everybody. If we get it in the Love Zaku, he can spread twice the love. Oh yeah, you can do that. Let's do that. So I find you can move as a position out if you're just targeting the S. No, I want to target I want to target the Strike Freedom and the Caliban, but not the double X. Okay. So I need the double X to run first. Okay. Just shoot this guy. Let's just watch the animation while we're on it. Let's go. Oh wait, I shouldn't attack the enemy. Well, you already know the animation, right? Let's just skip this. Yeah, it's lagging. Yeah, because it gives me tension max. It's even worse. So let me just memorize the number, okay? And then after that, we're gonna buff the freedom and the Caliban. Okay. So this is the double X damage. 257,000. Okay. Remember that. 257. Okay, 257. So now I'm gonna use this. 257. Okay. So no longer look at the DX. We're gonna take a look at this one. 257. 227. Even with damage 10%. Okay, 227. Okay, this is the farther you are. 227. 257. Okay, 227. This one is 245. Okay. So the Caliban damage got increased a lot because of the MP up, while the strike freedom doesn't. Okay, 227. So this is the difference. Okay, a little bit difference makes a lot of difference. Doesn't make sense, I know. But yeah, you know. Yeah, there is nothing that says that if she is supercharged or anything, it deal higher damage. So apparently this is the difference between them. Okay, the double X still deal higher damage. So it fits with our theory, you know, the double X, because it is a single chain step pilot. It will always gonna deal higher damage than a double chain step pilot. Okay, so now we gonna compare their map weapon. Okay, I don't need to go for the God Gundam again, right? Like we all already know the God Gundam deals the highest damage. Don't need to prove anything for him. So let's do the camphor, and then we're gonna go the GP02A, because the camphor also is insanely is a strong map attacker. Although the high new Gundam also, we're gonna compare the high new Gundam and then GP02A. Okay, so the camphor piloted by this, that one piloted by this, the Gato piloted this one, and then Garrett. Okay, although Amuro is not the best in doing the map weapon, because this is why I'm very excited about a range pilot, a range stats pilot, because the map weapon always is range. 99% of the map weapon in this game use range stats. Okay, so Amuro is not a good pilot piloting high new if you aim to deal damage using the map weapon, because his range only 600. Okay, so if you do want to deal high damage on the high new map weapon, then you need to put Zero Armada on him. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna do that right now. We already know the reason, so we're just gonna put Zero Armada on this one. Let's see, where is 0, 0, 0, there we go. Okay, so these are all the best pilot to do their map weapon. Okay, so let's just sortie this and we will see. Okay, how much map weapon do they deal, and also if they can reach the enemy to check the map weapon. Okay. Okay, so the camphor first, he has 10% MP6 from the very beginning. Okay, so a little bit higher, you say. So attacking here deals 147,595. Okay, on the Zaku, on the green Zaku, 147. 147 for the camphor. 147 for this one, 136. Yeah, it is expected because this one is a support unit. Okay, even though he has the highest map weapon power, and also we are using an attacker pilot, but in reality he is still a support unit. Okay, 136,000 damage, the GP02A, and then the high new. Can I use this? Although we don't hit that guy, should have put him on here, I guess. Yeah, I should have put him on here, but let's just compare with the red Zaku. Let's see. So on the red Zaku, we are only dealing 2,000 less damage. Okay, 145. So now on the high new, we deal 153. Okay, so when piloted by Zero Armada, the high new will deal higher damage than the camphor. Okay, so that is the Zero Armada. Also, he gets that damage plus 10%. Okay, so the Gundam GP02A could have deal higher if we have the same vigor as the camphor and the high new. Now is the DX also with the MP6 damage plus 10%. This is his damage, 161 and 159. So he deal higher damage. Wait, really? Yeah, he deal higher damage. That's 153 compared to 159. This one 147, 145. This one is 136. So yeah, look at that. The double X actually deals the highest damage in here. This is the double X. Okay. So yeah, probably because of the weapon effect. The rest of them doesn't have a weapon effect. Look at that. It doesn't have a weapon effect. This one has a weapon effect. The higher your MP is, the higher damage. But because the map weapon has lower power, so I think Randy already upgraded this to level 5, right? Yeah, it's level 5. All of them are level 5. This one also doesn't have a map effect, a weapon effect. So when you have higher vigor, which is on the supercharge, this can deal even higher damage. While the high new and the GP02A will not deal higher damage, okay? The Comfort and the double X can still go higher in this number. So this is why Comfort and Mikhail is such a really good pilot because of this MP up, which brings him to supercharge straight away, okay? Which the double X cannot do. So this is the double X damage. Okay, and then the Comfort. Let me see if we MP up. If we go to supercharge, how much damage does he deal? 194, 191. While this one is only 161 and 159,000. Okay, so yeah. If we go to supercharge, the double X will deal higher damage than the Comfort again, but the Comfort has an advantage where he will go to supercharge from the very beginning, which makes him able to use his map weapon, because usually the enemy who needs map weapon is almost always right in front of your nose. So this is the strength of the Comfort, okay, dealing this map weapon from the start of the battle. So you're gonna supercharge the X also. I think both EX and map attack are boosted. Yeah. But to supercharge him, I need to kill these two, which means that I need to move first. Okay. Can I reach that guy? Will I go supercharge? No, tension max. It's only tension max. I cannot go to supercharge. So 183, this is 20% damage increase, okay? 1 MP lower from supercharge. So yeah, he will definitely deal higher damage than the Comfort. This is 191. So probably gonna reach 200,000 in here if we go to supercharge. Okay. So there is that. And yeah, like you said, if I use a map weapon in here, a kablam, I will use up my movement. Okay, so I will not be able to use my skill. I look at that. I cannot click him anymore. I cannot use his skill. So the only testing that we can do is to cast the skill first. Then we use the map weapon. We already know what's gonna happen, okay, on that one. If we click this, okay, then all of our weapon gonna have 0 energy. And then after that we use the map weapon, look at that. And then hakablam, there is the buff there on top of our character, or on top of our unit. And then we gonna use up our turn, okay, and the buff is gone. So the next time we're gonna be able to use our map weapon again, and that's it. You've already saw Randy's video just now. Now the next question is that if we cast the skill and we don't use the map weapon, what's gonna happen? Okay, this means that I'm gonna use the EX weapon. Let's shoot this guy, or maybe this guy, and then get a chance tap. Will the buff still be there? It's gone. Yeah, it's gone. So because we use the buff that reduce the energy to 0, so we no longer get this bonus here, okay, the free cost of the map weapon. So there is no way you can save it until the next turn unless we skip our turn, okay. So the next test we do is to end turn. Will the buff still be there on the next turn, okay? Because if we use another skill, another weapon, while the skill is active, the skill is going to be used up from the free energy that we use on the other weapon. Okay. We'll still use up the skill because it's either for map ammo or for no EN. Yes, exactly. So now we're gonna cast this. I'm gonna check here. Yeah, the buff says like this. Ta-da! Can be used once without consuming EN from our way, can be used once without consuming the remaining ammo. So they are actually connected. But now we're gonna just end standby, and then we're gonna end phase. Will this last until the next turn? Okay, that's the question. And maybe if we counterattack our enemy, it probably being used up. Maybe. We will see. But now we are going to see first if we don't do anything, will the buff still be there? Okay. Okay. Phase start. Ta-da! It's still there, so I can still use this map weapon and also this EN. So yeah, if you don't use anything, the buff will still be there. Like it will last for one turn. Wait, let me see. Ta-da! Oh no, it's not turn, it's 1 times remaining. So until you use it up, they will not go anywhere. Let's just end standby again. Let's end phase again. We will see. Will it still be there? Okay, still be there. So until you use something, then the buff will be gone. Okay, so let's retry this. Will it be used up if we counterattack our enemy? Okay, I think it will be gone. Yes, counter will use up, just like Sway. Yeah, should be. But just to remove everyone's dub, we're gonna use this. Go to here and just stand by. Okay, then end phase. We're gonna attack that Zaku with a counter attack. Okay, let's counter this. And it's gone. I should have shown you the icon just now, but you already can guess. Okay, the icon just shows you EN0. That's all. So yeah, that's the testing for the double X. But now we gonna put Garrett on other unit. Hey. So let's put him on the GP02A. Let's go. Rearrange. Let me put him on here. Hey. Let's go. Oh my god, it's already 9 o'clock. The hell? We're already streaming for 1.5 hours and we haven't gone to the development diagram yet. Oh my god. It's taking so long. So let's use this up. Let's use this. Haha, map weapon 126,000. So we don't get the affinity attack bonus, so we actually deal lower damage. But look at this. Chadam! Choom. Okay, and then phase. We still have the map weapon. Nice. We can do other units map weapon twice. So this is insanely useful, especially if you have GP02A. Like, you can just put Garrett on any map weapon units. You can put him on Big Zam, you can put him on Neo Zeong, you can put him on Strike Freedom Meteor, you can put him on Comfort, you can put him on High New, you can put him on Full Armor Double Z, and you can do this kind of thing. So yeah, that is Garrett. If you do need to use map weapon twice, but then again, it's optional. Like, you can just always use SR Freedom, who has 3 map weapon ammo, or you use other units who has a lot of map weapon ammo. You don't really need to make do that using a UR pilot. Okay. Later with Rogue Gacha. I think I missed something. Can Garrett recast the 3rd skill again? No. He cannot cast the 3rd skill again because it says there that it's one time only. Okay, look at this. Once per battle. Okay, once per battle. And there is the salvation is map +1 one time with his ability. Okay, so that's how the skill works. Okay, so we're gonna go back to my account. Okay. So I'm done testing, I guess. Yeah, we're done testing. Yeah, I think we're done testing. There's nothing else to test, right? Let's go. So this is our account, and so the question is, should I pull for him? Let's just analyze first. I'm gonna pull last. Let's go. I'm gonna decide whether I want to pull him after I talk about all the other units, in case I'm missing something. Okay, so I managed to clear everything this afternoon. Okay, it's such a very long story, but among these units, I'm just gonna talk about the one that is worth mentioning. Okay, everything is not worth mentioning, including like this guy. Is not good. Like, it cannot. Its advantage is just atmospheric. But the weird thing is that for this guy, actually not this guy. There is another guy. The hermit crab. Yeah. For this guy, let's just see. This guy sucks. This is a support unit. 5 range, defense down debuffer. Yes, you're gonna need him in the Gundam X story and mission, but other than that, you're definitely not gonna use him in any other team. Okay, the tech is lightning fast and specialized unit, so yeah, definitely not gonna fit into other limited supportership unless for his own. Okay, so the double X is insanely good tank. This is really good. Ability, increase maximum HP, mobility, and also another defense if you have vigor max or higher. And then it also has a map weapon, which is only dealing damage, but it has a 5 range weapon, which is a really good addition. Like, if you get attacked by enemy, then you will be able to counterattack them, which makes him really good in one-shot killer team, because this is a one-shot killer. Okay, one-shot killer and ace unit. So the 2 tanks that has like all of the good units, now you have a tank that can counterattack your enemy from 5 range away. The only problem with him is that a pilot. We don't have a tank pilot that is good at riding him, except for the one in the gacha. Okay, so you definitely need to gacha this guy if you want to tank using that unit. Okay, because this one has After War Gundam X, which include the double X. Okay, this one. So this guy, you need to pull for this guy if you do want to have a double chance step. A double support defense pilot to pilot that unit. But then again, you can always use Ride, you can always use Yona, because the advantage of matching his affinity tag is only a double support defense, which you already get from Yona and Ride and Mikazuki and other double support defense pilot. So there is nothing different really. Like, it's better to just use other UR pilot to pilot that unit. Okay, so that is the double X, and then this one is the G Falcon DX. This is an attacker. This is quite good because it has 2 attack abilities, although it requires you to be at supercharge, and it also, when supercharged, you get movement by 1, which makes him able to move at 6 range, and it already has a 5 range weapon, natural 5 range weapon with power 4900, which is already high, like at level 1. If you want a 6000 weapon power, it starts at 5000, so it's only 100 lower. So let me go into here the details, and if you SSP convert this guy, look at that, it's 5880 weapon power. So you don't actually need to SSP. It has a 5880 weapon power even at SP convert. Higher on NPE's weapon power increase, and it has a same map weapon as the double XEX. You see, so really good attacker. Okay, that's this one. Although the attack stats is quite low, so he is more of a utility. Okay, map weapon and 5 range attack. And if you SSP convert, he get this one. Okay, more damage, but the attack is still quite low compared to other attacker. So that's his only downside, the attack stats. Text wise, it can be used in Ace unit and Lightning Fast and the Freedom, the new supporter. So yeah, unless you are going to use him in those stacks, then he is replaceable by other units. The one that is actually really good is this one, Gundam Leopard Destroy. Yeah, Destroy. I forgot his name just now. The Red Leopard. Now this one is actually really good. You see, the attack ability has 10% and 15% higher than the G Falcon DX. Okay, and also makes HP. And it has a map weapon, a cone shape. Power not so good. The barrage also 4 range. So if you do want to use this guy, he is one of the unit that requires SSP conversion, because only then you will get a 5 range weapon. In terms of power, it's also quite low. So really, his damage mostly comes from his attack. Look at that, 13,000 attack. It's very much different compared to the G Falcon DX. So who deals higher damage? It depends. I don't know, because one has higher attack, one has higher weapon power, so I cannot really judge. You need to go to the Sausage's website to compare the Leopard Destroy and the Gundam G Falcon DX. Okay, so that's the Gundam Leopard Destroy. And also the tech wise, this guy is a one-shot killer. This is what makes him quite good, because you can use him in one-shot killer and the specialized unit. So basically, like all of these new attacker and also the Virsago, Leopard Destroy, and the G Falcon DX are only as good as the tech, because they all have different techs. This one is specialized unit, unstoppable, and rifle. So depending on your supporter, you just gotta have to choose among these 3. Okay, which one do you want? Okay, this one also has a 5 range weapon at power 4800 at level 1, can be used in atmospheric. This is why the Virsago chest break also is a good unit to be SP converted if you do want. Okay, the only one that is require SSP is just the Leopard Destroy. This one, if you SSP instead, you will get a melee weapon with a lower power than the 5 range attack. So yeah, it's better to just use this weapon and put a ranged pilot on this guy rather than use this SSP weapon. So this is one of the unit that is actually just stop at SP convert. You don't need SSP him. But his ability only active when you have 50% HP or below. So attack wise, same thing as G Falcon DX. It has 11,000 attacks number. So yeah, those are the 3 new attackers. Okay, but Tulia still quite good. This is actually a good attacker, but problem is that its text is a tough as nails and large machine, which you cannot really use often, unless you do have that team. In terms of attack, like this is 12,000 attack, so a little bit higher than the G Falcon and the Virsago, and also attack increase, critical damage increase here, abilities. So yeah, the Patulia is actually great, but it's a big unit, so very clunky to use. Okay, now this one, the Astronaut Hermit Crab, there is something really interesting about this guy, which is, look at this. I'm gonna change him into this one, like the details. If you SSP convert, let's see, he has 13,386 defense. Okay, remember that number, 13,386. Now, if I change him to the flight form, he actually has more defense. Like, what the hell? Usually, if you change a unit to a flight form, they will have higher mobility. But in the Asteron case, he actually get more mobility and also more defense. Look at that. So if you ever use Asteron Hermit Crab to be your tank, remember to change into his flight form. It's so much better, The HP is the same, which is what makes this weird, The HP is the same. So the flight form is stronger. And also, when you are on flight form, you retain his longest range weapon and the map weapon. Okay, the map weapon also doesn't change. It's still the straight line, the straight 3 square line. Okay, compared to this one. So nothing changes. He only losing this one useless melee weapon, the 1-on-1 range. That is, you don't need that. Okay, the rest is still the same. So yeah, just keep him on this form. Why do you want him on this form? More attack as well. Yeah, more attack as well. So this is weird. So what do you think about the Gundam XX CCP? What is CCP? What is CCP? I think I never saw a defender with 5 range weapon. The other one is the Gundam Aerial Rebuild UR. Okay, that's why the Gundam Aerial Rebuild UR is really good. I used it in PvP yesterday, So you've already seen the Aerial Rebuild UR in action. So that's why I said that my one-shot killer team is probably gonna be really strong, because it has everything. It has an attacker 5 range, it has a support unit 5 range, it has a durability unit 5 range. So really, it's complete. Hopefully Tifa is a good thing. Yeah, hopefully Tifa is a good thing. Tifa is awakened fire, but our defense is this survivor tower please already. Need to reach supercharge to use the map weapon. Oh yeah, the map weapon also, the development DX and DX Falcon needs to be at supercharge. All the satellite cannon requires it to be supercharged to use the map weapon. I think your Tifa has AoE force gun. I think it's really good if you have 3 or more defender on the team. Yes. 4 times 10 full, you got Virsago, better use strength, else you will be kicked back here, but more attack as well. In Gundam Astron was a heroic. Of course, he has a hard shield when on MA form. But it's not shield. There really doesn't matter much. How is the ability? The ability also doesn't change. Now this one is a really good tank. Look at this. Defense 10%, when HP 50% or above, another defense, and also when you have 50% or below, you also heal yourself. So this is actually a really strong tank. I won't be surprised like if we go to Sausage's website, like in terms of ranking, he will be one of the top durability units. Okay, so insanely strong tank. Yeah, and when you SSP convert this guy, he will get a 5 range weapon. This one changed to 5 range, this one also 5 range. Decrease special weapon power, and also this one attack down debuff. So yeah, really good tank. You see, and it can be used in atmospheric. Okay, tech wise, this is tough as nail specialized unit rival. Okay, so that's the only limiting factor. Okay, so depending on your supporters, if you do use these tanks, this is probably gonna be so far your strongest tank. Yeah. Maybe Caliban mops the floor. SSP, the translator is broken. Oh, okay. You mean the Gundam Double X SSB? Yeah, it's really good. But compared to this Hermit Crab, like this Hermit Crab is a really strong tank. So it goes back to your tech again, okay? If you don't use his tech, then you have no choice but to settle with the Double X, because this one is the one-shot killer tank, okay? This is a one-shot killer and ace unit tank. So if you do use one-shot killer and ace unit, then you use the Double X as your tank. But if you use the specialized unit, the tough as nails, and the rival tech, rival specialized unit, tough as nails, so you use this guy, okay? So yeah, those are the SSR. The rest, for all the other new units, none of them are worth mentioning, okay? Including the Air Master. The Air Master sucks. Okay, now goes into the ultimate units. Now this ultimate unit is insane. Okay, let's go to his skill. Now he has 4 movement, gonna go up to 5 once you ultimate upgrade him. Ability wise, he has attack increase, and also as usual the advantage tech against After War Gundam X, and then critical damage by 5%. Okay, so this is an attacker. This is a melee attacker actually, like it only has 3 range. You can attack from 4 range away, but this is a green weapon, so don't count on this one. But this weapon can use either range stats or melee stats. This is a special weapon, damage type. So power is 5000 at level 1, so it can go up to 6000, and there is critical damage by 20%. Okay, so how strong this guy is, let me go to the ultimate 2. Okay, so ultimate 1, as usual, you will get 5 movement. Okay, and then this one gonna increase by 1 level in here, and you get an extra map weapon. Okay, the map weapon is quite nice. Okay, power 4000, 3 square lines, straight lines. Yeah, so there's quite a nice addition. But if you do want to use this guy, definitely ultimate upgrade to him. Okay, because we cannot see his attack from here, but look at this. This is attack by 15%, critical damage increased by 10%. If you do fight against After War Gundam X, you get another 30% attack increase. But the best one is on this one, okay? Because this one, critical damage also increased to 25%, okay, from 20%. How good this thing is, let me go to here, okay? Like, if you upgrade this one is the SSR, okay, the SSR. If you upgrade the weapon, this critical damage 20%. If you upgrade it to maximum upgrade, it goes up to 30%. So that means that if you ultimate upgrade him to 2, I think it goes on the 2. Let me go back first. It goes on the 2. Is it? Yeah. You get 5% bonus from even ultimate upgrade 1. So that 5% will bring you to 35% critical damage increase. Okay. I cannot see his stats if I don't own the unit, so that's really bad. I cannot check it there. So this one will go up to 35% once you ultimate upgrade him. So why is it relevant? This is a 6000 weapon power with 35% critical damage, with an ability that increase critical damage by another 10%. It goes up to, I think it's 15% for ultimate upgrade 2. Let me see. Oh no, 10%, okay. 10% and 35%. Why is it relevant? Because if we go to here, you know who is a critical damage unit? This guy. It's the same as a UR unit, okay? 35% critical damage increase. So he actually deal as high damage as Crossbone Gundam, okay? So that is Belphegor. And critical damage increased by 15%, although his is only 10%. So that guy will deal as much damage as this Crossbone Gundam at limit break 0. Okay, So that is the Belphegor. And the most interesting thing about this guy is that he is a new type machine. Okay. Tada! He is a tough as nails and new type machine. So yeah, a really good addition in the new type machine. Units, like this is an attacker. Like we've already gone through this. Like there are not many attacker in the new type machine, so we only have new Gundam G-Mark and full armor double Z Gundam. So obviously, if you do ultimate upgrade him to twice to the 3 million upgrade, then he is definitely gonna be our strongest attacker in the new time machine team. Okay, except for the UR units. Okay, but then again, this is a melee weapon, not melee, but it can use range and melee stats, but you need to be close to your enemy. So pros and cons, like this guy can deal insane amount of damage, but needs to be close enough. And once you have a UR unit that is, at higher limit break, then he will become useless. So let me go show you this. Okay. So we have Sausages open here. Look at this. Apparently, Sausage already added the Gundam Double X units in here. So in the weapon ranking, he is the third compared to Limit Break 0 unit. Okay, Limit Break 0 UR units. So if you don't have any UR units at any limit break, then this guy is freaking strong, okay? Look at that. He sits among the UR units. The hell? Even Casval lose in terms of damage to this guy. That's how strong his weapon is and his attack stats. Okay, look at this. Like attack stats wise, like this other units goes to 12,000, 11,000, 11,000. This freaking guy has 14,000 attack. Just like the Casval, 14,000 attack. So yeah, the next one is the next accessory here. Although if you do have a 1-star UR units, his attacks now fall behind by quite a lot. But he still deal higher damage than the Master Gundam, Unicorn Gundam, Barbatus, Neweziel at Limit Break 1. Okay, and then if you do have a Limit Break 2 UR units, then he goes down even further. But that is to be expected, because he is an ultimate unit, you cannot limit break him. So obviously he's gonna lose to a higher limit break UR units. But still, this is limit break 2, and he still deal higher damage than Exia limit break 2, Blue Destiny limit break 2. So yeah. And if we go to limit break 3, like MLB, then obviously you're gonna lose to everyone. Okay. But yeah, it's very interesting. Like this unit is. Although it's not enough to make me want to ultimate upgrade him because of his melee stat. I mean, his range is only up to 3 range. So yeah, that's just my analysis. Okay, but can we try out Hermit Crab into play? You won't be able to see anything out of the Hermit Crab because if you want him to be great, you need to SP convert him. So I cannot test him yet. How do you even do SSP a unit? You just go to him here. Press the SSB and then there, click that. That's it. Barbatus of Gundam X. Yeah, it's the Barbatus of Gundam X. What you are? Do we have a critical pilot in X? No, that's the problem. There is Anil if you do want a critical pilot, But you know what's really good? You don't need to put a Gundam X pilot. You can just put Sin. Just put Sin on that guy. And he will guarantee you will deal the critical damage that you need. Okay, so in terms of Gundam X pilot, I think it's only Anil that has a critical rate. Yeah, the critical boost. This is Anil. Anil has a critical boost, and also she has high range stats, which can be used on the Gundam Belphegor. Okay. I got it in my first 10 try. Ooh, nice. What about the Virsago versus Freedom PV? Oh yeah, I forgot that test. Damn it. You didn't remind me just now. Why after all this time you only remind me now? I need to open up the the LD player again. But let's just go there. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Oh yeah, this one, I haven't analyzed this guy. Ta-da! The Fierce Enemy Assault, okay? So the Fierce Enemy Assault, this one is useless. So look at this. This is a support unit. Ability sucks. Okay, nothing special about the ability. Weapon also doesn't do any debuff. It's a 3 square straight line map weapon. Debuff wise, this is damage taken from special weapons up level 4. This one is beam weapons damage taken up level 4, not even a level 5. This is a beam damage taken up level 5. Yes, in terms of variety, like it only has beam and special weapons, which is quite okay, but still, like there are a lot other good units better than this guy, okay? And then also his tech is lightning fast only, and flash system, freedom and lightning fast. So you cannot use him in any team, okay? Just throw him to the trash bin. Mind you, it's attack power. What is attack power? Let's go and see his attack power. Let's see him at maximum level. Ta-da! Attack power 7,900. Why? It sucks. Very, very low. Okay? So yeah, throw him to the trash bin. Totally not recommended to use this guy. Or you can use him, I mean, like, because we have a stage where you can only use Gundam X, like you need 10 of this unit. So you have no choice but to just use this guy, because this is a free MLB. You know, at least it can be used in that one. But other than that, do not invest anything on this guy. This guy sucks. Okay, so let me go back to the LD player. Okay, and we're gonna test the freedom with the Virsago. Where is freedom? Where is Virsago? There you go. What do you want to try, by the way? Like, just damage? They are not a damage dealer. Where is the pilot for Virsago? This guy. I just use him for Gundam XER development on the mission, but I will never use it again after that. Yes, why the Fierce and Assault unit is getting more sucked this day. Yes. Yeah, the only good ones are the Bjarlan custom too. That one is insanely good. Yeah, but other than that, and also Musha Gundam. Yes, Musha Gundam is so great. So this is the freedom. Okay, 99,000. This is the Virsago. 96,000. So yeah, that's their damage. But this is because the weapon level is 3. So Virsago should have deal higher damage than the freedom. No, especially when you are support attacking. When you are support attacking, you should have get higher attack than the freedom. Yeah, this is level 5. 29 Yeah, I think if he has level 5 weapon, then he should deal higher damage than the freedom. because the difference is very low. It's only 3,000 difference. Gundam Impulse, FMMK3 as well. Oh yeah. The Destiny Impulse is also good. The MK3, full armor MK3 is also good. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna close my brother's account, and then the moment you've been waiting for. Should I pull on this one? Should I pull? Let me give it a try. Okay, I'm gonna pull once because I'm still thinking about whether I need him or not. It will be great if I can get him, but if I cannot get him, then it's not something that I really must have. I actually, for this banner, it's probably a banner that I want to wait until the last day, because it lasts until 20th of February. You still have a long time, okay? Still have a long time. So I'm gonna wait until the last day. Only then I will decide whether I want him or not. But I will try to pull twice. Okay, for this one I'm gonna try to pull twice. So let's see if we get anything out of this. Okay, loading. No loading. See, I am afraid because I have a bad feeling about this banner, you know, like I'll probably not gonna be able to get the double X. That's what I thought. At the very least, I'll probably gonna get the Virsago. But I do want to get the like this one. Yeah, I was gonna talk about the SSR units. Okay, I at least want to get the SSR units. Nice, Master Type Ethnic. If I can get that one to MLB, he's quite good. Nice! I have Zeta MLB. Yay. So yeah. This guy, actually is a natural 6-range attacker. Okay, like let me show you the master type. Ta-da! If you use him, look at these abilities. Ta-da! Leader, the max range of beam weapon is increased by 1. Okay, he has a 4-range beam weapon. Okay, but if you SSP convert this guy, his beam weapon actually becomes 5 range. That means that if you use a leader pilot, he has a natural 6-range weapon, including this, an SSP weapon with a 6 range. So he has 2 weapons at 6 range. One's defense down, one is beam damage taken up, both at level 5. So yeah, this is one of the guy that I missed on my video, my SSP conversion video. So this is one of the really good unit to be SSP converted. Okay, a 6-range weapon attacker. Not weapon attacker, I mean like a 6-range support unit. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna break him. I think to remember this guy, I'm just gonna, yeah, he's already level 90. And then the Zeta, yeah, the Zeta. I think I'm gonna, should I SP convert the Zeta? Where is he? There we go. Yeah, MLB Zeta. This is one of the strongest AUK durability unit. Okay, nice. Let's upgrade the weapon. Okay. So I can use him, piloted by Judao, to actually block like a very high damage. And this is a one-shot killer and ace unit. So yeah, let's pull another one more time. But I want to use the ticket first. Let's see what do I get from this ticket. It's the best pilot for Master. Just use any leader. Ooh, nice, Victory Gundam. So Master, let me see. A leader pilot. Yeah, just use any of this UR unit, UR pilot. Depending on your, purpose, I think this is a Hathaway and Char's counterattack, right? MAFT. This is MAFT. So it doesn't really have a good leader. You can use the MAFT, but this is an attacker. So there are no support pilot MAFT. So you can just use any. It doesn't really matter. You can use you should use the range stats one. So Gato is probably the best one in here. Gato or this guy. Oh yeah, this guy also. Sagia, this guy, and then Gato is probably gonna be the pilot that you want to use on this unit. Okay, so let's pull one more time. We will see if we get anything. Okay, hopefully a download. Please. Gundam Double X. No download. Shit. Yeah. So that's it for streamers luck, guys. I don't get the Double X. Shit. I'm gonna wait until the last day, see if I decide to want to have him, because I don't have enough diamonds to comfortably pull for him. So I don't really want to waste my diamond, but I do give it 2 tries. And ooh, nice, I got the pilot. If I get the third pilot, the durability one, which is the most important one, that's it. I don't really need to pull on this one again. Nice. How? Yeah, well, soon VV. Thanks. That unit is OP. Yeah, let's work more and OT earn some more money and pull again. Yeah, definitely. Because I can only pull 4 more times, and I don't think I will be able to get anything. Like at the very least, if you do want to pull on a banner, like because now we have this, you are guaranteed in 100 pull, so I'm more comfortable if I am able to pull 10 times, okay? Which I need 30,000 diamond to do that. So I want to save up until 30,000 and only then I will pull for a banner. So this one, that's why I said I'm not really comfortable pulling on this one. So we have 8 more, which means that if I do want to pull, I'm gonna need to grind diamonds until 24,000. So I'm gonna need another 12,000, okay? If I ever get a 12,000, then yeah, I might be going all out on this one. Okay. So that's it. Two new pilots is actually good full. Yeah, quite. But I was hoping for the durability one. Got to find mobile app to get free Google Play gift card money. Okay, congrats, CC. Thanks. So yeah, that's it for tonight's stream, guys. So thanks for watching. I think I'm not missing anything, right? We already analyzed everything. So it's really like one whole live stream just to analyze the whole banner, development diagram, and then the ultimate units. We don't really miss anything, right? Yeah. Yep. I got DX the ship and can pull out. I'll wait for been using free money for these pulls. Generally the pilot's SR. The pilot's SR sucks. Nothing to analyze. Oh yeah, that one. Let me Filter by series. Let's see. Ta-da! Yeah, the pilots. None of them are good. This one is not good. This one is not good. Like nothing special about these guys, you know. So, ooh, thanks for the subscribe, Akira. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, none of the new pilots are great or anything, you know. Sagia is still the one that you probably want. But then again, if you get Garrett, then you don't need him anymore. This Garrett sucks. You know. So yeah, I think these two is a good one for me to be able to clear the Expert Eternal road. Yeah, even the durability ones. This one sucks. Yeah, nothing good about this. This one also. So I really need to wait for Tifa to come. And only then I will be able to comfortably clear the Expert Eternal road. I don't know, Randy makes it look so easy. Yeah, so nothing to discuss about the pilot there. Anil is so overpowered. Yeah, Anil is good. Oh, I'm gonna go find more for it. Have a nice weekend. Oh yeah, so that's it for tonight's stream, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye bye.